Thank you so much for taking the time to come listen to more information about LuLaRoe. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Amy Homan, and I am one of LuLaRoe coaches, and I couldn't be more excited to share this opportunity with you. I've been with the company for just over a year. I joined last summer, and my sponsor is Jamie Bagley, who was not only the second consultant to join the company, but she is one of the company's mentors. I am the proud coach of Lula Happy Homies. Homies coming from a play on my last name. My team added it. There are just under 300 of us in what I call our tribe or our LuLaRoe family. I'm going to go over some of the basic questions that consultants hear every day when it comes to LuLaRoe. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. There is no question I won't answer, so please feel free to ask anything from me. So first three questions I always get: how much money is it? How much money can I make? And how much time does it take? One of those is extremely easy. How much is it? The company has a initial onboarding kit, like we call it. There are numerous ones, but the smallest one that you guys can get is just right at $5,000. And now you might think, whoa, $5,000, so much money. But let me tell you, the kit is showcasing a lot of our styles. So you get between 300 and 325 pieces, which means you can immediately start making money. Initial inventories can go, anywhere from that $5,000 upwards. So if you choose to add on more leggings or add on anything like that, it's obviously going to be a little more expensive. Can you pick the items? No, you are not able to pick the styles that you want. LuLaRoe puts together a package, and it changes about once a month. They put a package and they pick out the most popular styles of that time. So our current inventory, or current initial onboarding, includes Randy's. Randy's are a huge hit in the fall, whereas they're not as huge in the summertime, with it being a little hotter. So in the most current November initial onboarding, they added Randy's to it. So, but you can add stuff like Harleys, you can add leggings, you can add the different styles. But initially, that $5,000 package is set in stone. You get exactly what they say on there. But the best thing about it is you're not just getting like 2 smalls here, 3 mediums here. They're giving you like all the sizes of the Randy's. They're giving you all the sizes of like a perfect tee or whatever is included in that package for that month. So you really are guaranteed to start with great success. If you're going to put that effort into it, you're going to have everything at your fingertips. It's awesome. But now, if you really want to add the Annas or the Amelias, you can add any additional styles the minute you onboard. That is something that you guys know. So the second question I always get is, well, how much money can I make? Okay, so this will be a direct result of question 3, meaning how much time does it take? If you do a party a week selling 25 items at $45 average, your profit is going to be $2,000 a month. So you can make good money off of it. But keep in mind, you will be investing at least half of that money back into your business. So for less than 5 hours a week, you would be looking at about $750 to $1,000. So the average company in Lula Happy sells just under $5,000 a month. So this is easily paying daycares. It's easily paying car payments. It's easily paying house payments. It is able to give lots of spending money to families and helping pay off debt. So that's one of the most amazing things. Now, the time it takes is really going to be dependent upon you. So if you want to replace a full-time job with LuLaRoe, you need to expect to do full-time hours. Maybe not 40 hours a week, but it's not going to be just a simple 10 hours a week. So realistically, 5 hours a week can earn you about $500 a week, but working the business 30 hours a week can realistically earn you between $5,000 and $10,000 in profit. So it's going to be dependent upon how much time you invest. But your success is going to be determined by your definition of success, which is really going to be determined by your goals. For someone like myself who is putting 40 hours into the company a week, at least 40 hours a week, my goals are going to be different than someone who only has 5 hours to spend. So I get all the time, I'm a full-time teacher. Can I do this? I'm a full-time teacher with 2 small children who are in swimming and basketball and soccer. So you can do it. It's just, what are you willing to sacrifice, and what type of time are you willing to give? If you want to work a full-time job and you have your time with your kids and you have to go to bed at 10, you're not going to be doing pulling in $10,000 a week. But if you are willing to sacrifice a little time here and there, then you are able to achieve more. But remember, your goal might be different than my goal. So if you are just looking at, if you're looking at just paying off a car payment, totally easy on a couple hours a week, but maybe not an entire mortgage. So you have your initial inventory. Well, what else do you need? Now, what else you need is going to be dependent upon how you want to sell your inventory, or how you plan on selling. Do you plan on doing online? Do you plan on doing in-homes? So racks and hangers are important because, racks and hangers are important, but remember, not everyone has these huge rooms to put, kind of like this. And my room's tiny. It looks so different. Everyone who walks in here is like, your room is so much tinier. Yes, it is a lot tinier. My basement's getting renovated right now. But I have a couple of people on my team who have all of their inventory stored in bins in a single bedroom closet. So don't worry about the space. The space we can work on. That's something that you can work on. But if you're going to do online, you're going to need shipping supplies. You're going to need the poly mailers, which are these things that, that people send their stuff in. You're going to need labels. Some people will choose like a Dymo, which is a laser or is a thermal printer, so you don't need ink. Some people are going to need racks and hangers and business cards. Really just is going to be determined by how are you doing are you doing pop-ups? If you're doing pop-ups, you have to have racks. You have to have something to display your items on. So, but if you're going to do all online, you might not need racks. You might be able to keep stuff in their baggies and it not really matter. So that's going to be a dependent. But the average person spends between $200 and $600 on additional items. Okay, so really just depending upon how you're going to sell it. So how does ordering work? So what happens with ordering is you get your initial kit, they send it to you. And then from then on out, starting that moment that you hang up the phone after you got your initial call, you have to have a minimum of 33 items at any given time you order. Okay. So, but now when you're ordering, you don't have to do like 33 smalls. If you wanted to do 1 small joy, 3 large joys, 4 medium Amelios, 2 medium azures, as long as all the totals up to 33, you have an order. But you do need to place that 33 minimum. You have to have 33 items, but it can be any items of your choosing. Now, and when you do this, remember that the company pays for shipping to get to you. Okay, so the shipping from the home office to you is free. But you do have the option to get, if you are like say an East Coaster who it takes 5 days shipping, ground shipping, you can choose to do 3-day shipping, which is that faster shipping, for $40. It doesn't matter if your order is $700 or if your order is $5,000. It is either free for ground shipping or 3-day shipping is $40. So it's really cheap. But for every order you purchase, including your initial, you get 5% off. The company gives us 5% off. And that's really so we are able to do like hostess benefits and giveaways and stuff like that. When you're doing giveaways, I give giveaways all the time. It's not coming out of my own pocket because the company has given me 5% discount off every order I have. So, but with your orders too, remember, you can't pick prints. All you can do is pick styles and sizes. That's it. Okay, so every box opening is a kind of a total surprise. It's so much fun. So the average person, so is there a minimum that you have to purchase every month? Yes, there is an average of 33 items that you do need to purchase, but in order to make money, you really need to be spending money on inventory. So what we always do is you want to kind of do like a 50-50 rule. So if you sell 100 items this month, you want to make sure that you're buying 100 more items. So you think, well, how am I going to make money? Because you're selling at retail and you're buying at wholesale. Okay, so you're making about 50% profit back. So if you sell $1,000 worth it today, you will take $500 and put it to your personal, whatever you want to do with it, and the other $500 should go back to buying inventory at wholesale. So it evens out. You just never want to sell more than you're buying. Hold on, I want to make sure. You never want to sell more than you're buying. Yes, you want to always make sure that your inventory numbers keep going up and up and up. But I will say my team purchases an average of 265 items a month. So that 33 items is very, very simple. But the question I always get is, well, what do you do with the stuff that doesn't sell? I'm going to tell you right now, everything sells. It may not sell the first week. It may not sell the first month. It may not sell the first 6 months, but everything sells. I've been in this company August, September, October, November, for 15 months, just at 15 months. And I just had one of my very last pieces for my initial inventory sell this past week. So it will take time for some, but for most stuff, it goes relatively quick, especially the busier you are. The more online things you do, the more in-home things you do, your items are going to sell. But you do also have the option if you don't want to wait. And there are some that are impatient and want to get their stuff, changing every single month, which is really difficult when you have inventories of 6, 7, 8, 900 pieces big. But there are different avenues, like you can swap with other consultants, or you can swap with other consultants, which on a team the size of ours is relatively easy to do. But there are definitely a lot of different avenues. I give, there's a video on the team that I give 30 plus ideas of ways that you can sell, or how to boost your sales. So there are definitely a lot of ways to do it. So two major concerns that I get a lot of, well, what happens if I'm horrible at this? And is the market oversaturated? Which are two valid questions. Well, let's start with what happens if I'm horrible at this. One, you won't fail because you have an amazing team that's behind you, that are helping you, that are guiding you, that are encouraging you, that are believing you, that are going to give you amazing ideas. And we will help you get that product gone, or we will help you get rid of the product that has been sitting. We give you so many different ideas that it's really hard to fail with Lula Happy Homies. But what if you get into this and you just hate it? Which you won't, because there's just something amazing about watching someone put a piece of clothing on and they just feel amazing and they look amazing and they just feel like a new person, and you can just tell just by the demeanor when they have the clothes on that there's just no way. But if you're choosing, you're like, okay, this just isn't for me, you are able to, and this was the deciding factor that was the deal breaker for my husband. If you choose to join and you get it and you're like, this is just too time consuming, or it's too hard, or you know what, it's just not working for me, you can sell back your entire initial inventory. So it's anywhere between a 15 and a 25% restock fee. So if things are in bags, perfect the way you got them, they are 15%. It's a restock fee of 15%. And then if you've opened it up and hung them up like I have, and the bags are no longer included, you would get it back 25%, or you would get a restock fee of 25%. So you're still getting 75% of your inventory. And remember, when you buy, it's at or at wholesale. So anything that you've purchased, or anything that you've sold, you will be selling it at retail. So it's not as bad as it thinks. But that was the deal breaker. I mean, it was like my husband's security blanket. My husband's the money man in our house, that he felt comfortable saying, okay, sold. We got it. We've got this covered. We can return everything to home office or, LuLaRoe, and we can get minimum 75% of our money back. That was enough for him. So it's a nice little security blanket. Okay, so next question is the market oversaturated? Absolutely not, ladies. There are over 40,000 or 45,000 consultants. That's it. The reason that this is so different is our business model is set up way more differently than any other direct sales company. I don't even consider this a direct sales company. It is, but it's more set up like a small retailer. And the reason that oversaturation is going to be so difficult in LuLaRoe is because we all get different styles and prints. Patrick, our magician of our head designer, he only creates 5,000 items in each print. So like this leopard print that you can see back here, this is only in 5,000 different styles. So, or 5,000 different pieces. So myself, like for example, on our team buys, say 150,000 pieces a month. That we buy 150,000 pieces a month. But there's only 5,000 per piece per print. So there is no way that all of us could have the same stuff. Very rarely do we get the same stuff. And that's the beauty of Mark and Dan's plan. Mark and Dan are the owners of our company. The way they chose their market, I mean, it's amazing. It's the best possible thing, because we don't even have competition amongst each other, because I bought this from another consultant, someone on our team. I paid full price for that, that's mine. You can't have it. That's fine. That I paid full price because I can't get that. And so what it looks like, I mean, even as consultants, we're buying from each other because we don't have the opportunity to pick what we get. So if we have a unicorn and another team member has it, like I only shop from Lula Happy Homies. If if one of us doesn't have it, I don't need it enough. I don't go out searching the numerous pages. I only shop from Lula Happy Homies and I pay full price. We all do. It's the beauty of it because we're getting different prints in our boxes. We all have different styles, and you'll hear me say a billion times, don't yuck someone else's yum. That's something I get. Well, what happens if you get all the ugly prints? There are no ugly prints. Maybe to you, but the person next to you, that might be their unicorn. Some people are like, leopard print, really? Where others are like, oh my God, that's my most favorite print. So guys, it's one of those things that the business model of LuLaRoe makes it without the saturation ever being there. Yeah, if 45,000 consultants with any other direct sales company that has the same catalog is way different. My neighborhood alone has one, so there's only one, and there's another group that's coming in. So there's two, and I know of one other lady who's joining too. That's three in my neighborhood. But there are some neighborhoods in our town. Excuse me. There are some ladies, or there are some subdivisions that have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 girls in 15 streets, and they're all successful. It's amazing. If you give amazing customer service, you will build an amazing customer support group, and they will come back to you. And now, are mine exclusive? No, absolutely not. Mine don't just shop for me, but I have some women that will come to me first and say, do you have this? Or they look in my inventory and say, oh, Amy doesn't have it, so let me go somewhere else. There are some girls that will come to me and say, I only shop from Lula Happy Homies because you guys give amazing service. That's what you need in this business. If you give great service, they will keep coming back to you even though there are 45,000 others. So we help Lula Happy Homies we help teach you what you need to do to become these successful consultants when there are 45,000 others. Okay. Do you have to have a successful team to make money? No, absolutely not. The average consultant in Lula Happy invoices about $5,000 a month. That's about $2,500 in product or in profit. And granted, some of it they will have to put back into their business. So with that, they're looking at, if you're doing a 50-50 rule, they're looking at about making $2,500, or they're looking at making about $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month. That's big money, guys. That's big money in direct sales. So does the company do anything for us? Yeah, to help you be successful. The company puts on QB calls. The company puts on team calls, or not team calls, home office calls. So like just kind of doing an overview of what's going on. They put on training calls. So the training calls are a variety of topics. They put on 3 training events a year. We do super Saturdays throughout the year. And then we do convention too. We have what's called a fashion fundamental website that the company has just started that is helping. It's pretty much all the training that you can think of. And so that's one thing that the home office does. But what Lula Happy does, we do a QB call every Monday. We do a team training every Tuesday. We do a 2 going on and then we're adding another 3rd multi-consultant sale every single week. We do how-to videos such as this. I just recorded a video on how to generate more sales. I'm about to do a video on how to build a team, if that's what you're looking for. We have the basic back office tutorials. We're talking just a plethora of ideas and advice and girls that are willing to help. So there's a lot of different things that we as the company and as a team will help you. What about our team? We also do a lot of team building activities. We do family picnics. We are December 3rd. Where there's about 100 people who have signed up already to come to one of our local country clubs, and we're doing a holiday party. We do paint nights where all the girls get together and they do the paint nights. We're doing the family picnic. We had all the family members come. We do team events. We're doing leadership trainings where I put on leadership trainings at my house. We do anything that we possibly can. Sorry, I'm getting over pneumonia and the flu. But anything that we can do to get together. We really try to bond and really form that family, that sisterhood, that tribe mentality. Now, are there any incentives that the company does? Yeah, the company does do, at this point, they are doing a free cruise. Say they do a free cruise for two. It's a free cruise for two plus spending money. And that is based off of your sales for the month. So once you have to have 4 consecutive months of hitting $12,000 a month in sales. And once you hit that, which there's quite a few Lula Happy Homies who have done that, and there's quite a bit more that are still working on their last month. So, but if if this is something that you can see yourself doing, those are the basic questions that I always get all the time. If this is something that you see yourself doing, please reach out to me, reach out to your favorite consultant. We are looking at getting you that best possible sponsor that you could possibly have. Lula Happy Homies does have what we call a partnering mentorship, which just means that we're all in this together. Not only do you have your sponsor, you have myself, and you have the other leaders on this team. We really look at it as a joint thing, a joint group activity, not an activity, but just a group atmosphere, because we look at it as the more success everyone has, the more successful we all are. So it's lonely at the top, and no one wants to be by themselves. So we really are looking at partnering with each other to help reach that next level. So I will tell you though that when you pick a sponsor, please make sure that it's thought out, because once you have that sponsor, you cannot change. So once you put in that paperwork, once you sign initial link, or once you sign up on someone's link, you are with that sponsor. So do your research beforehand. I get asked this week alone, I got asked by 3 people on the team saying they were reached out to, or they were, reached by other people who wanted to switch sponsors. The company does not allow sponsor change. It's just something that you need to know from the get-go. So please make sure that when you are choosing a sponsor, that you are choosing the right sponsor. But if you are unsure, reach out to me. I will be happy we can talk, we can chat, because I would love to be able to sit down with you or talk to you over the phone or something like this, FaceTime Live, Zoom, whatever it might be, to figure out what are your goals, what are your hopes, what are your dreams for LuLaRoe, and then we can find a sponsor that is best suited for you. It is a 6 to 8 week wait to become an official LuLaRoe consultant. So if this is something that you would like to do, please reach out to me. My number, you can feel free to call me. My number is 703-282-4915. Again, it's 703-282-4915. Or my email address is Homan, HOMANAG @gmail.com. So homanag@gmail.com. Or you can also reach out to me through Facebook. I can be found on Facebook through just Amy Homan, HOMAN. So I look forward to hearing from you. I would love to be able to help you on this journey, and would love to see you part of Lula Happy Homies. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one, guys.